handset, again, is going to be that corded one so that you never have to worry about if the power goes out, that you cannot make a phone call or that people can't reach you to make sure that you're okay, because this is exactly what happened to me. My mom's power went out a couple of weeks ago. No big storm, branch fell on a little electric line, right? 12 homes affected by it, so you know how fast they got around to fixing her phone. Yeah, 2 days later, they came to fix her phone. I couldn't reach her for 2 days. Lori Leland is joining us, and you know, you're like me, Lori, we have parents who are of a certain age, and when you can't reach them, or if they can't reach out, because she doesn't have a cell phone, if she can't reach out, if she has a problem, if she has an emergency, they need phones. This is the phone you need to have. We're gonna do it today at $108.99 for flex payments. And we're gonna do free shipping and handling. Silver and the pretty, pretty rose gold. I like that they even come in kind of couture color, so to speak. So you really get a beautiful designer look, but truly high functioning phones for your home.
Yeah, these are absolutely gorgeous. And I think, surprise, right, Alice? Because we sold out of our other Panasonic phones yesterday. This is an amazing set. And I will tell you, this is the newest and latest version of the system that we sold hundreds of thousands of. Do you remember the champagne that we had a couple of years ago? This has even more upgraded modern features. You're getting multiple handsets here. Love the fact that you're going to use your phone jack plugged into your main base station. And the other 1, 2, 3 handsets that you receive simply and easily plug right into power, so you don't have to have a lot of phone jacks throughout your house, which makes it really nice. You never lose this handset. This has that old school curly Q cord, right? So you always know where this one is. These have giant screens. I love that they're backlit. All of the keys are backlit. Everything is easy to see, super easy to hear. You have that super loud dedicated speakerphone button. So if you want to have a great hands-free conversation while you're putting away groceries, doing the dishes, you have a loud speakerphone, like a lot louder than I had on my cell phone, that's for sure. And then you have all of the features here. So one of the big ones is, and you might see it right here, that big red button, it's on every handset. That's the call blocking. And you said it, Alice, a lot of our older family members, my mom, very susceptible to scam callers. People have called her house with just enough information to kind of freak her out a little bit, trying to get additional pieces of information out of her, like her social security and some passwords. It can be really scary. And those guys are good, right? You can be very persuasive. My mom now knows if that ever happens, and it happens often, all she needs to do, she doesn't have to think of anything polite to say, right? All she needs to do is press that big red call blocking button, and then she never has to hear from them again. Oh, anonymous, talking caller ID, so it announces who it's calling so you don't run for a call. Let's block it. I don't like it. So we're going to block and then confirm. And it goes like a video game, because it hangs up on that person and it adds them to your do not call list of 1,000 names and numbers. Do you know, Alice, on our previous system that we sold hundreds of thousands of, you could block 250 names and numbers. This system, you can block 1,000. And by the way, it also has that robocall feature that will automatically block robocalls, and I'll show you that in a moment. It's awesome.
Right, it's not only awesome, it is truly one of the coolest things and one of the most important features in any phone system that you're gonna buy. That robocall blocker is going to mean that your phone doesn't even ring if another person isn't on the other end of it to speak to it. So it's gonna be even more important, because if you're like my mom right now, or even myself, you know, sometimes you answer these phones and people are trained, they are trained to get you to give them things. It's so sad sometimes. I mean, the way that they use, you know, different organizations or affiliations, and you kind of want to believe them. You're kind of like tempted. The robocall blocker that Lori's about to talk about takes it off the table, takes it completely off the table. But if you do get some of those phone calls that you know they just keep coming, they just keep asking, and frankly, some of them, if you say no, they can just get ugly. You know, I just don't want to even expose myself to that. I don't have to. Call blocker ID. It is just such an amazing thing to be able to block those calls that you don't want to get. Never have to get them anymore. So this is your chance to do it. We have it today, $108.99. If you want it on flex payment, we can do it for $27.25 on your credit card today. You'll pay tax, but you won't pay any shipping and handling. We have 2 color choices. This is the rose gold, which I think is so pretty. I'm gonna turn it to the side so you can see even that rose gold on the side. Isn't that beautiful? So 3 of them are going to plug right into any wall socket. Okay, and then you have your other system that is your answer system, and that's going to go into the wall. But this is what's important right here, corded. So you're getting not only your call block that you can do manually, up to 1,000 numbers. And Lori, you know, it did sound like 250 blocks last time was a long lot. No, not anymore. I mean, 1,000, you need 1,000 for sure, with the way that the calls come in, at least in my parents' house. And then on top of that, to be able to get, look at these great big keys, so you can push the buttons on it, all right? Without having to worry about nails or missing something. You'll be able to see it, you'll be able to use it, and when that power goes out is the most important part about this system to me. I'm telling you, my mom didn't have phone service for 3 days. That is not okay when you have somebody who is elderly, who has somebody that I can't just call and check on them. I mean, it was a terrible thing. I'm calling neighbors going, can you see what's going on with my mom? I can't get through to her. She couldn't get through to me. She doesn't have a cell phone. She can't use the cell phone. We've just, you know, that ship has sailed. So silver available, rose gold available. Which one is most limited, Brian? Okay. 600 remaining. If you want it in that silver, it is very sleek and chic. I don't think I've ever even seen a phone system this decorative out in the marketplace, Lori. But to get Panasonic quality, to get 4 phones, to get the great big keypad, to get the ability to have your Talking Caller ID, most importantly the call block, but please tell us about the robocall block, because that to me, that is technology that is so smart and really takes it off the table in terms of being tempted by people.
Yeah, oh my gosh, the robocall blocking is amazing. And I just unplugged it, but I plugged it back in. I'm gonna show you that battery backup in just a moment. Please keep in mind that Panasonic home phones are the #1 top global leader in home phones. When you get your box home, your nice big box with these beautiful decorator-friendly phones, it's gonna say right on there, Panasonic #1 top global leader in home phone technology. You're gonna know you made a great choice. So real quick, I wanna show you auto robocall blocking. Now this is a feature you can turn on or off. Keep in mind, if you have people that call you all the time, loved ones, your daughter, your grandkids, you can put them on a safe list so they never have to deal with this. But this is crazy. So when you turn it on, here's what happens. It's going to send your caller a little message that says, hey, you're going to need to put in some numbers. So I'm using this cell phone to call the home phones. Total silence. Love that. Total silence.
For calling, please press 1 to connect your call.
Okay, so they're getting information that tells them to press a button, and you can pick any number you want for them to press. In this case, it's 1. So I tapped 1, and that's what had to happen before this call came into my home and disrupted my family. So I know with certainty, 100% certainty, that every single phone call that comes into this house with that robocall feature turned on, Alice, is a live human being. So this is going to eliminate every single robocall. And I will tell you what, if you've ever answered the phone and then there's that long space right before anyone talks because it's some call center thing that's being connected to some scam caller or some telemarketer, this will deter that too. They're not even going to be able to figure that out. So I really believe that this is a great system to get home, especially for loved ones that may be a little bit more vulnerable, a little bit older. You know, for my mom, just knowing that only people are getting through to talk to her, and then she still on top of that has the power to block 1,000 names and numbers. I mean, it's huge. It really is.
It is huge, because my dad particularly, when the phone calls, when the robocalls went through, then he would pick up the phone, and of course, then they're talking to him, and it's like, oh, we belong to this organization, or a pet organization. Right. And you know, he'd start getting out his credit card. My mom is yelling, don't do it, don't do it. We finally, and it's sad to say, I had to take the credit card. I just slipped it right out of his wallet because he kept donating, and that money goes nowhere. it was not good for him to be able to speak to them because they are so persuasive, and they start throwing out all these things, all these little, you know what I'm saying, touch points, and what about this, and contribute to this, and you're a veteran, and for heaven's sakes, it's so sad, the way they do that. But I got on the phone one day with him, and let me tell you, I said, you're not this, you're not that. And they just got so ugly with me. It was like, I don't even want to deal with it. I don't want the call to get through. Don't let the call get through. It's what robocall blocking is about. It will block the call so it doesn't even ring. So you're not even tempted to give to somebody that's trying very hard to scam you, to separate you from your money. But then, if somebody does get through, bam, block them. It's that easy. It is one button. It is a big red button, so you're not going to miss it. So get it now, get it home, and know that when the storm season, which is in full swing down here in Florida, as we're kind of a little tropical storm skirting by us today, and who knows if we're going to lose power or not. Who knows? But I want to be able to use my phone. This phone will work even when your power goes out. My mom's power went out. She had no phone. She actually called me yesterday and said, I have to have a phone that'll work when the power goes out. I said, Mom, I got you covered. I'm gonna take care of you, because I agree. She has to have a phone. You have to have a phone that works anytime, because the phone is our connection to everybody in our life, to all our emergency services, to everything. So get a phone system that works for you. We also have it in the rose gold. It's nice that it comes in beautiful colors. It's gonna add to the decor of your home instead of take away, that industrial black or that industrial, gray. No more, you don't have to live with that. Rose gold, these are some of the prettiest colors we offer. We have it in the silver. Only 500 left now. If you want that in the silver, it is absolutely, I'm gonna put it in the shot here so you can see it. It's beautiful, like a polished silver. Isn't that gorgeous? And again, great big screen, 4 handsets. It should cover basically every room in your house where you need a phone. The living room, the kitchen, 2 bedrooms if you need it. Absolutely a perfectly designed system, and free shipping today.
Yeah, and this is amazing. Deck 6 Plus, so basically built-in range extender, crystal clear call clarity throughout your entire home, from 160 all the way up to 1,000 feet. You have an intercom built in. You can intercom to the phones. You can listen on speaker. This is high definition sound. It's all loaded. And then real quick, I'm gonna have hubby call me here. So I unplugged this system. All you do is you pop in this particular set. You put in batteries, 2 AAA batteries, and this is gonna work even in that power outage situation with your landline. So it's unplugged from power, and I'm still getting a phone call. Talking Caller I.D is working. So I'm gonna put him on speakerphone real quick. Oh, he just hung up. But the really cool thing about this too is a little button appears on the screen when you're on a call, and it says record. So Alice, it'll say recording phone call. So if you do get on the phone with a scam caller, if they do get a hold of you and you're curious or questioning their intentions, and you push that button and they hear the calls being recorded, this has happened to me, they hang up. It's very empowering and a great way to safeguard our loved ones, for sure.
Absolutely, and please, it's not just the loved ones. I mean, sometimes, people can be very persuasive. They make this great argument, but you know what? Don't expose yourself to them. Don't let them get in your door. Don't let them get in your phone if you don't have to. This will block it. This will block it. They won't even ring. And if you do get one of those calls, all you have to do is you can block it yourself. It's awesome. So again, if you want it in the silver, very limited now. I think I have about 450. Yeah, 450 left in the silver. I have a few more than that in the rose gold. Just a little bit over $108. I mean, absolutely update your phones, and especially with that corded feature, you will not believe what a big difference that makes when that power goes off and you're like, oh look, I can call my daughter or my son or the doctor or EMT or whatever I need and say, I need help. You will have a phone that works. So fabulous. Lori, thank you so much. You're gonna be back in about 15 minutes with one of my all-time favorite things. Ring does a lot of things. The stick-up camera is the one that I own. I put it in my mom's home. I love this system. I actually put it in my daughter's home, but I'm not sure if she's gonna, she keeps it out in the living room. She only will let it go in certain rooms. But you know what? It's a really great system. So if you can, we have, I think, the lowest price on those Ring stick-ups anywhere in the country. So absolutely stay with me for that. But
Cannot wait.
we are gonna present something now that, frankly, I don't even remember